Well, some breaking news now from Mumbai. One of the top policemen in the state, Himanshu Roy, the former head of the anti-terror squad, in fact in Maharashtra, has committed suicide. He's an IPS rank officer who we believe has in fact shot himself at his residence in South Mumbai. He was ailing from cancer for some time now, and the circumstances that led to that are still unknown. But the news that we can bring to you is that Himanshu Roy, a decorated officer of the Maharashtra police and the Mumbai police as well, has committed suicide. He is an ADG rank level officer who is believed to have shot himself at his residence in South Mumbai. He was the former head of the anti-terror squad, as I mentioned. As I said, he's currently he's an ADG rank RPS officer. He worked with the Mumbai crime branch as well, a very decorated officer, very well known in the city of Mumbai and well respected across the state. He has unfortunately shot himself at his own residence in the city of Mumbai just a short while ago. As we understand, this is a tragic case really of a decorated cop killing himself. We don't know the circumstances, but we will have the details for you extremely shortly. Well, this is what our reporters are picking up. Multiple reporters, of course, confirming to us that, in fact, indeed, Himanshu Roy has committed suicide. He has been ailing from cancer for a while now. He's been battling the disease for some time. Let's go across to senior news editor Mandar Fanse joining us on the phone line. Mandar, this is a tragic story of a very decorated cop killing himself in his own home.
Yeah, indeed, it's a tragic end of a super cop in a way where, especially I starkly remember Himanshu Roy as ATS chief in Maharashtra, and especially his stint as ATS Maharashtra chief was much appreciated by many people when especially Maharashtra was facing series of various serial blasts, be it in railway, be it in various buses at Ghatkopar. And at that time, the investigation was done very swiftly by Himanshu Roy, and Himanshu Roy himself was a person of a man of action always, and he being a leader within the police force was always an inspiration to most of the constables because of his overall physique, and especially the way he was maintaining his physique, and the fitness level of Himanshu Roy was much debated, much talked about, and therefore Himanshu Roy and likes of him are really an inspiration when it comes to the police force. Unfortunately, Himanshu Roy has shot dead. He was suffering of cancer for a long time, and indeed it's a tragic end now, and behind him there's his wife Bhavna Roy is there, and Himanshu Roy was a very alert cop, so to say, when it comes to the detection of various crimes within the Maharashtra as well as in the Mumbai police. As we know all, he was an alumni of St. Xavier's College in Mumbai. Chartered account.
Okay, Mandar, we'll have to fix that audio line and in fact reconnect you to the broadcast. But what we can confirm to our viewers, tragic news right here for our viewers watching the broadcast on Mirror Now, that Himanshu Roy, one of the top cops in the state of Maharashtra, the former head of the anti-terror squad of the state, has committed suicide. He was an ADG level officer, an IPS officer in the Maharashtra police. He has committed suicide by shooting himself in his residence in South Mumbai. This is news just breaking to us just a few minutes ago. Himanshu Roy is one of the most decorated officers this state has seen. Served as in many roles, in many capacities, including in the Mumbai police. Let's go across to my colleague Santya Gora joining us on the phone line. Santya, what further light can you shed on the circumstances that led to Mr. Roy's death? Okay, I seem to have lost Santya. We'll try and reconnect with her. But Himanshu Roy has served in many capacities. As Mandar was pointing out, he has served as the ATS chief in the state of Maharashtra. crucially investigating many important cases during his tenure. He is extremely well regarded within the community and well regarded across the state. And unfortunately, he had been battling cancer for the last few years. And we don't know, let me point out for our viewers, reiterate that for our viewers, in fact, that we don't know what led to his suicide. But from what we understand, he did commit suicide at his own residence in Mumbai. Let's go across to Mr. P.S. Pasricha, former DGP of Maharashtra, joins us on the phone line. Mr. Pasricha, appreciate you talking to us. Himanshu Roy would have served with you as well. First of all, give us your reaction to his sad demise.
No, I am very, very sad. He was in fact a very courageous officer, and I knew him even before he joined the service because he used to meet me as a college boy when I was the traffic chief of Bombay. And in fact, he decided to go for IPS only after having series of meetings with me. And he worked with me very closely in various capacities and was my staff officer when I was a DGP. I'm very, very sorry.
Mr. Pasricha, you're sharing some really personal stories. Tell us the kind of officer that we've lost, because those in the media, of course, have interacted with him in the past. But for those who have watched Mr. Roy on television, talking to the media about various cases, including many anti-terror cases, what kind of officer was Mr. Roy?
Well, he was a very brave officer, very soft-spoken, but very firm on certain things, intelligent, had good intelligence machinery, and very hardworking and good PRO. He maintained excellent relation with everybody and was helpful wherever he could. And, well, he was the police commissioner, Nasik, and also joint CP crime, Bombay. He was my staff officer, and then later on the anti-terrorist squad. So he had a very, very bright future. With his seniority and age, he would have normally become police commissioner of Bombay and DG of the state. But, well, unfortunately, he was suffering from cancer for the last some time, and perhaps that might be one of the main reasons, because it was causing him a lot of discomfort and pain.
Okay, Mr. P.S. Pasricha, former DGP of Maharashtra, do stay with us on the phone line. Appreciate you joining us. Mr. Pasricha has had Mr. Roy, in fact, report him in the past as well, as he said, has served as a staff officer under Mr. Pasricha. Thank you so much for speaking to us. I've got Sanjay Apranti, retired IPS officer, who's also joining us on the phone line. Mr. Apranti, appreciate you talking to us here on Mirror Now. What kind of an officer has the Maharashtra police lost today?
After hearing this news, it's such a shock to me. Let me be very frank with you, because I was working as Assistant Commissioner of Police in Nashik, while he was, the Superintendent of Police of Nashik rural area. And I am yet to come across such kind of a person in my life, apart from being the police officer. Such a live person, and, for every problem, there used to be prompt solution and a very practical solution. And as far as subordinates are concerned, he was the one where all subordinates used to be very confident working under him. I have worked under him, and I have always found, I believed in myself, because I knew that, all my actions would be backed immediately. And in case of any kind of a problem, promptly a solution also would be provided. That kind of officer he was. It is such a shock to me to hear the sad demise.
It truly is, and for those who have served with him in the past as well, they have many, many stories to tell. Mr. Apranti, do stay with us. I've got former Commissioner of Mumbai, Mr. M.N. Singh, also joining us on the phone line. Mr. Singh, this is a real sad day for not just the Mumbai police, but the Maharashtra police as a whole. He is a very well regarded cop. You tell us some of your memories of Mr. Himanshu Roy.
Yes, it's very tragic indeed. It's very sad to hear about this incident. I'm told that Himanshu Roy has committed suicide today, and his body has been taken to Bombay Hospital. He had worked under me as my deputy commissioner of police when I was police commissioner of Bombay. He was a very bright officer indeed, a very dashing officer, and a very promising. And he had the whole lot of career in front of him. He would have certainly made it to the top. But then he developed serious health issues. We were told that he was suffering from cancer. For the last 2 years, he was not much in circulation. He was not keeping any contact with the colleagues. But we were told that he had cancer. And that probably might have felt frustrated, or whatever be the reason. Other reason I'm not aware. But the reason which comes to mind is probably his serious health issue. He was a very well-built person. He was a towering person. He had a tremendous physique. He was very fond of exercise and all that. It's a shock and surprise that a man like him developed this health problem. But well, it's a very sad end to a very promising career. I feel so sorry because I had known him from the earliest years of his service. He had worked directly under me, and he was a very, I could depend on him for any law and order engagements. I'm sorry to hear that a bright career has come to an end in this manner. Very tragic indeed.
Mr. Singh, he has served in many capacities, including the anti-terror squad chief. He's somebody many media people, of course, know very well. But for those of our viewers who watch Mr. Roy on television at times address the media when there has been, unfortunately, when he was serving as ATS chief, at the time there were a number of bomb blast cases. What are some of your memories of the man that he was and what he brought to the force?
Well, when I was the commissioner of police, he was my deputy commissioner holding charge of South Bombay Zone 1, which is the toughest zone in Bombay city, and a post which I had myself held for 2.5 years. And later he came as Joint Commissioner of Police, again a post which I held for 2.5 years in 93, 95, when the serial bomb blast took place. And it's a recognition of the merit of the officers if he is given such important assignments like Zone 1 or Crime Branch. That speaks a great deal about the officer's capability. As I said, in the law and order management, I could depend on him. He could deal with situations independently and with great confidence. And I never had an occasion when I could feel unhappy about his handling of any crisis. A great achievement for any police officer. And, well, when somebody of his caliber and he was a young officer, he still had about 7-8 years of service left, dies in this manner because he was afflicted with serious health issues. It's a very sad story.
It truly is. Mr. M.N. Singh, who in fact served, was Mr. Roy was reporting to Mr. M.N. Singh in the past as well, as he told us. Appreciate you joining us, Sanjay Apranti as well. Again, another person to whom Mr. Roy reported to. It is truly a sad day, the passing of one of the most decorated officers of the Maharashtra Police, Himanshu Roy.